Hey everyone, welcome to Rasberry Getaways. I'm Robert and this is Melissa. First we want to start by saying hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. We had a blast yesterday, had some family over that we haven't seen in a little bit. So just say happy Thanksgiving to everyone and hope you were safe and enjoyed your day. So with that said, I've been talking to some family because next summer, Melissa's mom, we're having a big birthday bash and we're doing a cruise to Alaska. So as we've been kind of talking to some of our family members, you get kind of a mixed opinion of cruising. We have a lot of people that have never been on cruises before. So I thought, Melissa, this would be a really good conversation to have because like for me and Melissa and I, we've only been cruising for the last couple of years now since we kind of started this travel agency. And before that, I was not really a fan of cruising. I had my own perceptions of cruising, crowds of people, I'm very process oriented, and if I don't understand the process, I don't want to do it. It seemed really daunting of just how do you do a cruise and what are the rules and all those things. So Melissa, I thought it'd be really good. Let's talk a little bit about cruising. So really the question that I had for you, and we haven't talked, so she has no clue what I'm going to ask her. So this is very impromptu. So we come across some people recently that like, oh, I don't want to cruise. What do you think? Because they never really give us a good solid answer on why. I mean, everybody's opinions are different, but what do you think is really kind of stops people from wanting to go on a cruise?
I'm sure it's individual for everyone. There might be people that truly just don't like the idea or the thought of being on a ship. I can give a few examples. Our adult daughter is afraid that she's going to feel seasick. She is going on her first cruise with us in June, and she's going to be fine. She has memories of us being on smaller boats, especially ski boats and things like that when we were stationed down in Florida, and I think in her mind she's just thinking it's going to be the same. That's not the case at all. I have another family member that is also going, is super excited that we're going to be in Alaska, but is not very excited about the cruise aspect of it. He hasn't said specifically what it is, but in my guess, and he'll watch this and probably tell me I'm wrong, in my guess, it's maybe too common, not unique enough to masses of people do it, and I want something a little more unique than that. And he is going. That particular cruise happens to be on Princess. I'm hoping we can really win him over and blow his mind and let him see where, sure, you're on the boat with everyone else, or the ship with everyone else some of the time, but when you're at the ports, you can make this your own. You can do an exotic adventure, whatever pleases your personality. You can stay on the ship. You can do a lot of different things. So I think that's my guess. I think it's the excursions. Maybe he's not aware or doesn't realize that with the excursions you can make this trip unique for you.
For me, before we started cruising, I was kind of hesitant. I was like, well, I want to understand cruising. I want to do cruising. I own a travel agency, so let's go do some cruises. And we've done quite a few in the last year and a half, especially. We've been on Carnival, Norwegian, Royal. We've seen it and done it. So for me, before I really started going on cruises, I thought it'd be kind of boring, just hanging out all day, nothing to do. And I gotta tell you, these cruise lines, man, they keep you entertained. There's so many activities going on. If you want to relax and chill out, they have that. If you want to have a good time and get a little crazy, they have that. They have all kinds of food that you can do, all kinds of entertainment. So when I first started cruising, it really surprised me on how much there was going on. And what I really liked is when I go on vacation, this, I don't want to have to think about things. I don't want to have to plan out things. And they do it all for you. Like there's no thinking. You just go do things and you just get up and you go do whatever you want to do, and there's so many things to do. It's just, that was the big surprise for me. And I'll tell you, me, I get crazy when it's the process and I don't understand it.
Right.
I'm like, what do we do? How does this work? Well, I gotta tell you, the process of getting on a cruise ship and all those things, it's not really that hard. It's pretty easy to me, at least.
Right. No, I agree. Sorry, we're sitting outside because it's the end of November and it feels like fall and it's gorgeous, but there's an airplane going over and there's squirrels in the backyard that I'm afraid are going to come eat me because we're not normally out here this time of year. That's what I keep looking at, if you wonder why I keep looking around. Yeah, when I first did it, because I didn't really know what to expect, especially I can't say coming out of COVID. Technically, we were still in COVID, whatever the COVID status was, but it was post the heat of the pandemic. Wasn't sure what to expect. And, I was excited because we were going on a trip, and we were going in the winter, so that made it even more exciting. We were going somewhere warm. But to your point, the first time you booked it, we were so excited to go. We talked about it quite a bit. We did all our research to make sure we were going to enjoy it. But in my brain, I kept thinking, okay, well, we're stopping at this port and we're stopping at that port. And then there's 2 days till we get to that port. What are we going to do to fill up all that time? There's 24 hours in a day and we like each other a whole lot, but he might get on my nerves in that 24 hours. I will tell you, once I went, there was never, not a single moment of boredom. Not a and again, if you want boredom and you want chill, it's available.
Sure.
We opted not. We opted to explore everything that was available to us. We opted to stretch a little, whether that meant playing bingo. We're not normally bingo people. We had a great time playing bingo. We didn't win anything, but we had a great time playing bingo. We enjoyed going to the casino. We've...
You know what else I liked is just having those moments. Just looking out of the ocean, I mean, that's pretty,
well, that too.
It's just crazy how amazing it looks when you're seeing that ocean out there. It's beautiful.
Well, if you remember, I was like taken away, like breathtaking, taken away by, I'd been cooped up in the house for quite a while, finally go on this, again, it's dark in Ohio at the time we went, go on this beautiful trip. And there was a sunset that brought me out of dinner. We were having dinner inside somewhere. I don't remember where we were. One of the buffet lines maybe or something. And the sunset just took my breath away. And I'm like, I'm going to go stand outside for just a second. And I want to go see the sunset. So I did. And I'm standing on the balcony. And I was kind of in a little secluded area. And the next thing I know, I hear a voice. And it's one of the captains of the ship, and he's talking to me.
Yeah.
He's like, "It's breathtaking, isn't it?" And so he and I sat there for 5 or 10 minutes and just chatted a little, and it was wonderful to talk to him, and just viewed this spectacular view of the sunset over the ocean, and just how big the world really is, and just embrace it. Get out there, travel, do what you love. We're only here for a period of time, so and you can get beautiful views anywhere, but you can't get that kind of beautiful view anywhere. Like, you're on the ocean, enjoying it.
So, Melissa, one other question. We've been on quiet a bit. We've done a lot of different cruises. What is your favorite port that we've been to so far?
Oh, favorite port. Oh, that's tough. I'm going to go with all of them just because that's my answer. I loved all of them.
No, you got to pick one.
Okay. We opted when we were in the Dominican Republic not to do an excursion that particular day. And we went out into, what was the name of it?
Amber Cove.
Yes. We went out to Amber Cove and decided that we were just going to spend the day out there. There was a pool with a swim-up bar. I think you guys were catching on. I enjoy having a beverage or two, especially on vacation or in my backyard. Either way. But anyway, Robert and I opted for that. There's a little restaurant there. There's a really nice pool. They've done it really well with a little lazy Susan around it. It was gorgeous. There were birds. There was the sun. There was everything you're looking for in the environment. They did have music playing as well.
Yeah.
And then we got hungry, and so we went over to this little bar that's attached, a bar and restaurant that's attached, got something to eat, and our waitress was phenomenal. I mean, she was phenomenal. She was so personable. She talked to us about anything we wanted to know about the Dominican. It was cool to sit and chat with her, and we just had a really memorable time for sure there. So you caught me off guard with the question that pops out first in my head, but I've not had a negative experience at any of them.
So I'm going to give you two answers. I guess I'm going to kind of cheat a little bit.
That's cheating. He has the questions. That's cheating.
I would agree. Amber Cove was a really awesome memory. It was just a great day, very relaxing. That pool there was amazing. There was some shopping we did around there, a little right next door. It was really cool. So yeah, that was a big memory. And the other one, which I really thought this was what you're going to say, is we were in Nassau, and we did an excursion when we went to Nassau. We went to the Blue Lagoon, and we did, it was called like a VIP excursion, dolphin encounter. So we got to get in the water with a dolphin.
I didn't think that
about
counted.
An hour? Oh yeah, it counts.
I didn't think that counted.
It counts.
Because that's an excursion we paid for. I thought you meant when you get off, which port was your favorite? Different question.
Well, because of the excursion, it was really awesome, right?
Okay, keep going. Yes. No, it was amazing.
So yeah, we had a dolphin excursion, got to get in the water. It was like an hour with this dolphin. What was his name? Sal?
Yeah, Sal.
Got to just interact with him. He was pushing us around on a paddle board. Got to hug him and all this other crazy stuff.
Fetch with him. It was the coolest thing. She's like, "Hey, here's a ball. Throw this ball to Sal." And we're like, "What?" He caught it.
Yeah.
He would play fetch with us.
So that was really cool. Those are the two big memories, but every port we've been to, it's been amazing.
Fabulous.
Costa Maya is another one I really enjoy. Honestly, and we've been on quite a few cruises. I have yet to go to a port that I didn't like.
Yeah. And
some are prettier than others, but they're all amazing.
And we have 2 more on the books. One in
January,
a month and a half, and then one in the summer. So we could probably redo this video completely, and we'll see, because they're into places we haven't gone before. So yeah, but none of them. I don't have a negative to any of them.
No.
I would say just with any sort of travel, use your head. You know, make sure you have situational awareness. You know where you are, what you're doing. You're following the rules.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I have felt so welcomed and so wonderful everywhere we've gone.
Yeah, it's been really cool. So that's really all we have for today, but we would love to hear from everyone. Whatever questions you have about cruising, or also if you don't like or you do like cruising, we'd like to get your feedback as well. So please send us any of those questions or those comments. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, we're trying to build this YouTube channel, so please like and subscribe. Thanks for hanging out with us for this period of time, and reach out to us if you have any questions, and let us book your next experience. Thank you.
Bye.